Hello guys, how is everyone? Today I have Nathan Bray with me.
Hi folks.
Thank you so much for joining us. And already before we start anything here, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up because this video promise. Alright. Today is the day, the ECB day is on a Thursday. It's a rainy Thursday.
It is here in Sydney.
Here in Sydney, of course.
Yes.
It's a rainy Thursday and things are getting quite strange in the market, and the trading floor this morning was talking about it. We were talking about, Peter, me, Nathan, and some of the Lachlan as well were talking about the ECB. Is ECB cutting tonight or ECB is not cutting tonight? So, folks, this is what we want to discuss with everyone. So stay with us until the end, that Nathan Bray will definitely give us your rhetoric. What are you thinking about the ECB? So do I. All right, Nathan, we've just had the Bank of Canada cutting interest rates with a 2.7 inflation number.
Very true.
As now ECB Europe has an inflation number. I'm mentioning year over year, right, guys? So otherwise it would be two huge numbers already down the line. So 2.6 for the Europe and 2.7 for Canada. Do you see any similarity there? Do you think because of Canada have cut with 2.7, will ECB cut with 2.6, or it's a completely different market? And give us a little bit of your rhetoric, Nathan.
Well, the goal was 2. The target was we need to get back to 2.
Yep.
Which in my view meant back inside 2 in a way, right? Cross the finish line. So Canada has decided that it doesn't need to cross the finish line. It's going to cut anyway.
That's
a lot of people in life, including myself, have big goals in life, but we don't achieve them.
No.
Okay. But at school these days, they'll give you the certificate of participation to make you feel good and to get your parents to keep paying those school fees. So I'm thinking if Canada hasn't reached their target and they cut,
yep.
What's wrong
Why
with Europe now
ECB?
following
suit? Yes.
Okay.
One thing that I want to, we were actually discussing this last year because the central banks were discussing this as well. And we were like, well, if we can't reach the goal, then we change the goal.
Right.
Isn't it?
Which they've done before. Central banks have done this before.
Exactly. So and then even the Fed, all right? The Fed looks the big boy and like they know what they're doing, but they're very lost, to be honest. They're very, very lost on what they will have to do next. Now, I share the same principles as you.
Okay. So we're hoping for a cut?
Yeah, we're hoping for the cut. And I would like to aggregate some data here. If David could please put this image up here, we can see that 69% of the market is already expecting a cut from the ECB. Not only one cut, 3 cuts this year.
Okay. All
3
right.
cuts this year. 8% of the market is expecting 2 cuts.
So maybe every 60 days, kind of
Maybe,
every couple,
maybe.
leave it as is to a cut. Okay.
Correct. And the market is expecting the first cut to be today. And this is priced in not only because of the market, but yes, of the inflation, PMI data, all of the other things subjected to lowering the economic stability and bringing down the rates. Now, not only important will be the rate cut, that I do think that this can possibly happen. Will bring euro dollar down for the first 30 minutes or 1 hour. Just remembering, guys, this is not an investment advice. This is usually what happened in the past. I'm just giving the data back to you all.
It's what happened last night with the dollar cap.
Oh yes,
is that
perfect example. Yeah. Yes, this is exactly what. But inverted
because of.
So basically, this is what I'm expecting on euro dollar. A shoot down, and then maybe tomorrow or next week up again to 1.10. Because that will be very weak in a sense for the market in right now. But then the market will understand that this is actually needed for the economy. And then they will like, oh, okay, so there we go.
They're cutting because they have to.
Yeah, correct. They're
not cutting.
No, not because they can.
Take 1 day off from going on your jogging spree, right?
No,
they're doing it because they have to.
They have to, yes.
And therefore, do all the big currencies have to?
Yeah, so we had S&B being the first But let's not talk about them because they're too professional in what they do.
Yes.
So, and then we had the Bank of Canada.
They're
and then-
landlocked.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Yeah, exactly.
They're landlocked, so we'll leave them on
we
side.
leave them aside. And congratulations to them because they've done a fantastic job bringing inflation down. Was the first G8 and G10 country to bring inflation down. As everyone was trying to bring inflation down, they were laughing on it. All right.
It's strange because chocolate and Rolexes are up in Australia.
True,
right?
that's true.
But-
cocoa.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
is up heaps.
It's up
Okay.
a lot, all right?
Alright.
It's up a lot. I was actually talking to one of my friends in Brazil. He's a cocoa trader. He made so much money on that up move. Not selling or not buying cocoa CFDs, actually selling chocolates. Because chocolates went up in price.
Like, did they get delivery?
Yeah, correct.
Ooh, that wouldn't
is
work
so
at my
cool,
place.
isn't it? That's
Those chocolates would be gone. I wouldn't be, yes.
Yeah. Anyways, so then we have Bank of Canada being the second first, and now we're probably going to have ECB, and then who do you think is going to be next? I don't. This is not the video title, but who do you think can be probably next, Nathan?
Well, if Canada's doing it,
Yep.
right, I think about Australia being a very similar scenario to Canada.
Okay.
Commodity country. They've got a household debt kind of problem.
Like Vancouver.
Vancouver
Yep.
and Sydney can be compared
compare it with
in
each
a
other.
similar fashion. So are we going to see Australia need to follow suit? The only variation there is the inflation rate.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The inflation rate in Australia is still a bit too high. But
3.6, 3.8.
if we're talking about providing support to an economy and that countries need to cut because they're under pressure, Australia's under pressure. So could we start to see Australia follow suit?
I was actually listening to a video. I was watching a video. I think was yesterday or this morning. I can't remember right now. And one of the analysts, I can't remember where he's from. I think most probably Bloomberg. He was saying that there is a possibility of a cut in RBA in December this year.
December, so just one this year.
Yeah, just one this year.
Well, Europe does have a parliamentary election coming up.
Yes,
the US does.
And US does. I think
Right.
US won't cut because then they will make the population think that the actual central bank has something to do with the government. Because in the end they do, but the central bank says that they don't, all right? But anyways, so it will tricky the manipulation of the population thinking that Biden is doing actually a good economy and, they want cutting there. And then we have UK.
Biden's having trouble getting out of bed.
So
I'm not concerned that, or putting words together.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm struggling at times and I'm half his age.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Well, all right, maybe a bit more than half his age. But when I think about saying, Biden has done, I think we've got to retire.
Yeah.
The president didn't do that.
Yeah. It was someone behind him. He's like...
Or lots of people behind him.
Yeah, what's the name, Nathan, of that little thing that you put on your hand and then,
The hand puppet.
Yeah, exactly. That's him. Yeah.
Like Kermit.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. I would vote for Kermit.
Yeah, okay.
Really nice guy.
Yeah.
Did the right thing by Miss Piggy. I think it'll work.
But we can't forget about as well the little, the ugly duck that no one wants. It's the UK. The Bank of England.
Is that Gonzo?
I think
Oscar the Grouch, maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a big probability of them being the third one, all right, after ECB because they're very close to each other.
True.
So
would the US follow Canada?
I think Australia and then US. Yeah, because this year I don't think we're gonna. If we do, we're probably going to have only one cut from the Fed. If we do. But remembering that last year everyone was expecting 7. Right? Anyways, guys, this is all we have for you. Oh, you want to say anything about the euro dollar?
Euro dollar, folks, the trend is up on a technical level.
Yep.
When there's this kind of uncertainty and big news events, I tend to try to go back to the basics, and I'm seeing at the moment this daily trend is certainly up on the euro dollar. So as you're saying, if we could get some kind of pullback, but I'm looking for that previous resistance to hold as support and not break, then I think there's no reason to suggest that the trend at this stage isn't going to continue a bit higher.
To go up,
Whereas if we get a strong sell-off here on this euro dollar, then
Are you looking for that 110 as well, same as me? Or are you looking even higher? Or?
No.
Because right now we're trading around 109.1, around that. I'm expecting maybe...
It's hard, Luca. I have made some great trades shorting the euro dollar. I have trouble buying it now.
Okay.
Like the Aussie.
Okay.
You know when you've just spent years going, this is my bias or my perspective? And so I'm enjoying the strong rallies we're getting, but I'm still thinking the weekly US dollar trend is still up at this stage.
I agree,
So I just formulate a bias towards that and look for opportunities.
I agree.
So at the moment, if you look at a weekly chart on the euro dollar, quick, bring it up. You'll see we're inside a range, right? We're just sitting inside a higher range that's starting to, almost be a range. Consolidate.
I agree. So, since last year.
So is this news going into stagflation?
Yeah, maybe that's the news that the market was waiting for to break to each of whatever side it breaks.
True.
So let's see how it's going to be tonight, folks. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Again, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up. And tonight, don't miss my webinar from 7 to 8 p.m. Easy to register, free, no charges. Just go to the description of the video, click into the register link, and you will be redirected to the ACY website. Put your email and we will send you the link. All right, guys, thank you so much. Nathan?
Thank you so much.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.